Good morning, VC. It is Record Store Day 2025. It is currently about 1:55 a.m. here in Western Washington. I am heading to Tacoma to High Voltage Records, a place I've been to several times. And gonna get in line. I think the last time I was in line was several years ago when they were doing the summertime drops, which I actually preferred. But yeah, I remember telling the story of getting there at 8 p.m. Friday and I was still fifth in line. Crazy. So I don't know how long the line is gonna be. I'm probably going to get there at about 2:15. But yeah, there's quite a few things I would like to get. Obviously, none of this is life or death. But yeah, it's stuff I'd like to get, and I don't mind earning it by sitting in line. Usually, everyone's cool and chill there and talkative because, you know, we're all there for the same reason. I mean, some, more specific than others, but yeah, it's always a good time. So we will be making our way to High Voltage. And kids, don't film and drive.
And we're up front, but that was 8 last time.
Yeah.
So how long have you been here?
Yeah. And it always starts with a lot of people being nice. With our apartment, we said like, oh yeah, they're service animals. So like, yeah, I wanna pick for our photo shots.
A whole bunch of apparel fabrics. They had an entire shelf of like pretty beaded fabrics and lace and stuff.
Right.
That and D&D, he was with both of them.
Okay.
I saw your Hebrew thing. Were they just here?
They're both just laying there
recently,
staring
yeah, I
at
think
her.
last
She's
year.
on there. And I like kicked him out of the way. I'm like, please go be. Well, you're ready to get a trip to the principal's office. That's easy.
Just got out of High Voltage Records. Got everything I wanted. I'm gonna go home, drop this stuff off. I gotta take care of the dogs. Then I'm gonna shoot on up to Atomic Genius Records and hopefully meet up with Uwe and see what's up going on there. Do a little hangout. So we will talk to you when we get back there. Edit here. Made it home. I did stop off at Atomic Genius to meet up with Uwe, P-Town Music Room, YouTube channel. Check them out. Subscribe. I had to pick up something for his daughter at High Voltage because the store they were at ran out. So I had that available. So it's good to hang out with him. Talk to Harry from Harry's Music Room. He was also there too at Atomic Genius, so it was good to see him. Overall, at High Voltage, as usual, ran like a machine. You know, like I said before, I got there at 2:20 a.m. Probably about between 75, 100th in line. You know, and it's in a, you know, near a neighborhood, so, you know, the line is going in front of people's houses, and everyone was completely respectable, quiet. There wasn't any lunatics out there, you know, kind of a, you know, a dull roar of conversation. So overall, it was a great experience. I got everything I wanted that was on my list. And it was just slightly under budget of what I anticipated. But before I show off what I got some sort of VCLT first from my good friend Steve at A is for Apple, B is for Bob being for apples, and C is for coring apples. He sent me, like, same thing with MGK Boston, Mr. Mike. You know, got a few of the cards that you should put under people's windshields in a parking lot if they park like a dick. Well deserved. And then I too also got a magnet, and this from my hometown area of Detroit. I could say Detroit. I could say Detroit as many times because it's my video, Steve. And got Back in the USA MC5. There you go. Hell yeah. And then my wife was out on a work trip, and she was at a trade show, I believe, and she was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they made these coasters that look like records. So of course she brought that home for me to set my prebiotic flavored soda. Popwell. Good stuff. Drink it. I was telling the guys that I'm kind of taking a dry April to lose some weight. But when I'm back in Detroit in a few weeks, all bets are off. Anyway, so let's get to the task at hand, show off what I got for RSD 2025. I'm going to go in alphabetical order. And the first one is from Air, a French band. Moon Safari live and demos. It's on white vinyl. Here, I'll take it out because it's all white. So there you go. See that? It's got some cool stuff on here. Like I said, it's got demos. This has kind of been out there. I don't know if it was on a Moon Safari Deluxe CD. I know this was available digitally. What the hell's the thing? Oh, there it is. The inner sleeve had some of the stuff on here. The live stuff, the one thing that was like really noticeable, which was really cool. This is from 1998. They do a live version of Maggot Brain from Funkadelic. Instrumental, obviously, but it just sounds really, really cool. No guitar, it's all keyboard, but really cool stuff. Air, Moon Safari, live and demos. Next, like, this is a shock that I got this because it's my all-time favorite band. And, you know, this, for a lot of people, probably completes the studio albums for Black Sabbath, Eternal Idol from 1987. The crazy thing about this is, you know, when this came out, it didn't do well. This was a bargain bin album for a long time. So, you know, now the originals of these are just skyrocketed in price. But this was extremely affordable. I think I paid 26 bucks for this. This is from the Tony Martin years, first album with Tony Martin. This was excluded off the box set that just came out last year. So now I got all of the Tony Martin stuff. I haven't played this yet. This is on, as it says on the hype sticker, but not that you could read that. Translucent red. And looking forward to playing that. I did clean all these. I just got through a couple of them. Mainly this one. This is the first one I played. This is from 90? No, not 90. When was this from? 91, I want to say. But it's the third album from Carcass, English death metal from Liverpool, I believe. The nice thing about this, normally this is a photograph on the cover, but I believe this is a comic book artist named Wayne Nichols. Had to look at it. Kind of redid the cover, and this is on a cool, well, you can see right there, translucent green. Did play it. Sounds cool. Like it a lot. This one, I was teetering on this one because this is the most expensive one out of the whole lot. And that's Judas Priest, live from Atlanta, 1982. Screaming for Vengeance tour. It sounds good. I think this is my prediction. This is gonna be kind of like them taking a page out of the playbook of Kiss doing the live soundboard albums. I do know that this was on the big 50 anniversary box set where it had like all of the albums, but it was all on CD, and now they got it on vinyl. My complaints on this is it's a double disc, it's a single jacket, and the thing that really sucked, and I did a little video for the guys, I went to put this on, and oh, there it is on red, and spindle hole too small. And I still am baffled to this day that happens nowadays. So, you know, I get my pocket knife and just kind of give it a few revolutions there, and it's all fixed. Cool thing about these albums, though, I thought was really neat. Not only you got your standard kind of, you know, Legacy, Sony, Columbia label, but the other side, they make it look like a concert ticket on there. And on the other one, it's of the same ticket, but it shows the price of $11 to go see Judas Priest in 1982. It sounds good. I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but it sounds all right. I played the first side of that. Next, something I haven't played yet, so I'm interested in hearing how this sounds. Rage Against the Machine, live on tour 1993, double disc. It's got 3 sides with an etching on the 4th side. My complaint about this, plain white paper sleeves, which of course I replaced. It is a gatefold, but the gatefold is quite minimal. Not much. Just the list of the songs and where they were performed. They're kind of all over the place. It's not like a single concert, which is fine. I'm interested in hearing how that sounds. Haven't had time to review it. This is one of my bigger hauls. I got like 7 albums this time, so that's kind of wild. And then the etching, not that it really matters that much, because obviously you're not playing it, but I guess it's better than just blank. Let's see if we can get that in there. It's American flag where they wrote failed, like I just dropped it, and you've been tricked, which is on their stage flag there. So I will put that away in a minute. Next up, something I had a long time ago. I had this like 30 some odd years ago. I think I got it when it first came out. That's Ramones Local Live. You know, it's record store day, so you got to have a Ramones release somewhere in there. And I believe this is the first time I ever got a Ramones on record store day. This one is special to me because, like I said, I had this on cassette, played it to death, loved it. Really cool stuff. This one comes on blue vinyl, and the second disc comes on red. And I don't know, a pretty good replication of, I remember what the J card was like, with the, you know, photo of the band in concert right there, and then some more photos there. Recorded in Barcelona, 1991. Like I said, played it a lot. I did see them the following year on their Mondo Bizarro tour with Social Distortion opening, which was quite awesome. So I am glad I got to see the Ramones at least once, and glad to have that album. Finally, got the revised version of the soundtrack to the Virgin Suicides. This has some classic 70s rock on there. And the nice thing about it is the little special bonus is they got a blue flexi disc of Make It With You by Bread. Great stuff. I want to hear this really bad. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this movie. It's directed by Sofia Coppola. I don't know. I loved it just because the soundtrack was great. Air is on this. Who else? We got Magic Man by Heart. Hello, It's Me from Todd Rundgren. There's Everything You've Done Wrong by Sloan, with some other classics on here. I'm Not in Love by 10cc, Alone Again, Naturally. Just a bunch of cool stuff. Now, the thing is, on the insert, it's got the guy who put together the soundtrack, and they got a still from my favorite scene in that movie, which I am going to put a link to the clip of this movie right here. If you're a music lover like we all are, and since most of us love records, you will dig this scene a lot if you've never seen this movie. It is really super cool. So I will leave that in the description. This is on blue vinyl. Everything is blue on this. In fact, the thing I really liked, as plain as it is, the inner sleeve, it's paper, but that's also blue, which I thought was a nice touch. So anyway, that is Record Store 2025 in the books. Had a great time. Got a lot of great stuff. I still say that this is one of the best lists in quite a while. And I know all lists are very subjective to each person. You know, there's so many other people that say, oh, the list sucks, or, you know, there's just nothing for me. I've been that person. Thankfully, a lot of the ones that I don't care for are Black Friday, and I've said this ad nauseum. I don't like buying stuff for myself on Black Friday or around the holidays, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. So anyway, that was a great record store day. I hope you guys had a great record store day. If you want, leave a comment on what you got, where you went, how long the lines were, what time you got in, you know, just let me know how your record store day went. So anyhow, VC, vinyl community, music lovers alike, we will talk to you later. See ya!